The welter-weight division. It's a strange phenomenon that occurs quite frequently in the UFC. For those who don't know, it is when the welterweight division in the UFC is stalled due to the entitlement of certain fighters that believe they should get something when in reality, they deserve nothing. Hello, this is the Miguel Don channel. Once again, welcome back. And today I'm going to be booking the welterweight division. You see what I did there? Anyway, a lot of these fighters, with Islam winning and Ian Gary winning and all Michael Morales winning, there's a lot of tension within the top six, top five, top six. And some feel they deserve a title shot. And I believe some of them do. And I believe some of them don't. I can tell you who it shouldn't be. Kamaru fucking Usman. That man shouldn't be close to sniffing a title shot, but knowing how the UFC is, he actually might get it. I, for one, think Kamaru Usman should be fighting my boy Belal Muhammad. This has been like an ongoing beef, and with Belal Muhammad's most recent 2 losses, he needs to bounce back. And why not settle this beef? He smacked Kamaru Usman during their podcast, or so they say. But the podcast hasn't been released, so... And also, I'm a Belal Muhammad fan. I'm a Kamaru Usman fan, too, but I've been liking Belal more. I feel like what he says about Kamaru trying to get a title shot against Islam is kind of ridiculous. Him and Ian Gary, I agree with. Belal brings up a good point where Usman should want his get back. He only wanted to fight Belal when he had the title. Now he doesn't. So, it's kind of weird that you would let one of your guests smack you up on your own podcast, and then you don't want to fight him. It is what it is. I don't know what rank Kamaru Usman is right now. I think 7, maybe 8. Because I think my boy Carlos Prates is 6. So you're not even close to sniffing a title shot. And you fought Joaquin Buckley, who's a good fighter. Good fight, by the way. And you haven't fought anyone since. What? That was like a year ago, basically. Like, dude, why are you trying to get the last hoorah, dude? This is not the last dance, bro. You ain't Dustin Poirier, bro. You ain't Michael Jordan, bro. Sorry, bro. I don't think you should get a title shot. Even Dustin Poirier, when he got his title shot against Islam, was in the top 3, top 4. That had more merit than being a fucking number 8 ranked fighter, number 7 ranked fighter. Like, come on, dude. Fight Belal Muhammad, who I think is ranked 3 or 4 right now. That'll be a good tune-up, because I'm pretty sure Islam is fighting Topuria, because Topuria pulled out. And if we want the rankings to mean anything, besides what Dana White said about Arman Sarukian, he should fight at least a little bit in the rankings. Like I said, Belal Muhammad's number 4, while Islam is potentially fighting Ilya. Fight Belal Muhammad, maybe you could get the next shot. Boom. Easy peasy. Unless you want to wait out for a whole another year. I don't know. I'm not Kamaru Usman. But people have been calling for this fight. Like I said, with the beef they've had, it makes sense to book this. So just fucking book it. Anyway, on to the next fucking fight. We got Jack Della Maddalena versus my boy Shavkat. Now, Shavkat's one of the people that Shavkat's one of the fighters that people have been saying deserves the next title shot. I can agree, but he's been injured and out for like a year, maybe 2. Give him one tune-up fight. Like I said, Islam's probably fighting Topuria next. So give him a tune-up fight against the former champ. Boom. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize how messed up Jack Della Maddalena's nose is. Holy shit, it's like distracting. But yeah, this just seems like a good fight. He's currently ranked number 1, even though you already know how I feel about my opinions on that. He should be ranked number 3 or 4. Won the title, immediately lost it. Come on. Why are you... I get it, you're ranked number 1 because you were the champion. No, you did rank number 4, bro. Let the other people get in front of him. But this would be a good warm-up match for Shavkat and a good bounce back for JDM. So this one, I feel like is a no-brainer. This one makes sense. Book it. It's a good fight. Shavkat needs to get his toes wet again before he jumps into a title fight. Even though stylistically, I feel like him and Islam would have a good match. You've been injured for a while, so why not just warm up, you know? If you're so confident that you could be the champion, fight JDM then. Anyway, next up, we got my boy Ian Gary versus Michael Morales. Now, they both won recently. Michael Morales in better fashion than Ian Gary. And another problem with the rankings, I'm pretty sure Sean Brady was like 2 or something. Why is Michael Morales not? I know Ian Gary beat Belal Muhammad, who was ranked number 1, and then all that shit, right? So why don't you make Ian Gary number 1? and then Michael Morales at number 2, and then bump, like I said, bump JDM down. But whatever, I don't make the rankings. But like I said, while they're waiting for the welterweight title at fucking the White House or whatever the fuck they're planning, why not book this interim, maybe? So whoever wins this gets a guaranteed shot at the next person, or if Islam retires or if Topuria retires, boom, promoted to undisputed champ. Easy. Just book it. It makes sense. These guys are probably the most deserving, besides Shavkat, for a title shot. So, you know, just make it happen. Let's get this ball rolling instead of waiting. I'm tired of all these entitled fucking fighters. I was gonna make a video like this about the lightweight division, call it the lightweight division, but that started moving. You know, Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje are fighting. I have no idea. I don't know why, but Topuria decided to vacate. Probably gonna fight Islam, so that one's moving. This one isn't. So anyway, book this. This one makes sense. They both are probably, like I said, 1 and 2, and we want the rankings to mean something, because Dana White just kind of shat all over the rankings by shitting on Arman, but whatever. We want the rankings to mean something. Book this fight. This should happen. Anyway, next up, we got another potential matchup with Michael Morales. If Islam doesn't fight, what's his name? Topuria? Why not make this happen, bro? Carlos Prates deserves some love. I was suggesting maybe Carlos Prates fights Kamaru Usman or fights Sean Brady, but he's fighting below the rankings again. Let him keep fighting up. He's, like I said, he's about to break into the top 5. Why not make this happen? This would probably be a banger match. He knocked out Sean Brady, and Carlos Prates knocked out Leon Edwards. And it's funny because Leon Edwards and Sean Brady just recently fought, so it's kind of funny. Anyway, book that. I feel like Prates deserves to fight up in the rankings, but I feel like everyone's so busy. If not Usman and Bilal, why not Prates and Bilal? That one could be a good fight too. I didn't even put that in the slideshow because I just thought about it just now. But yeah, that would also be an entertaining fight. And it gives my boy CP a chance to go up in the rankings. Anyway, besides that, if Islam were not to fight Topuria, I feel like all 3 of these guys have a good argument to fight for the title next. I personally think Shavkat should fight someone else in the meantime. Like I said, you've been out for a year, 2 years. Maybe going on 2 years? I don't know. Maybe going on 3. I honestly do not remember the last time he fought. I know he fought Ian Gary last. And it sounds fucked up, but when you're injured, obviously the division moves. So Ian Gary is now in front of Shavkat. I think Morales is also in front of Shavkat for a shot at the title. But I feel like if Islam isn't fighting Topuria, give him Ian Gary. There's like the storyline there or whatever, you know. But if not, if he's fighting Topuria, book Morales and Ian Gary. Easy peasy. Sorry, Shavkat. You do have an argument, but you have the least merit to your argument out of the 3 of you. So I feel like it's like I'm talking to him directly. He's like looking right at me, so I feel like I have to talk to him directly. But yeah, I'm sure you guys would probably agree with that. I know there's a lot of Shavkat fans. I'm a fan of Shavkat too. But you can't be injured and then, you know, be out for so long and just get a title shot, even though you were promised one against Bilal Muhammad. That was fucking forever ago. So I'm sorry. You're going to have to fight at least once. Just once. That's all I'm saying. Just one fight, and then you should be good. Ian Gary, you're up next against Islam. If you get steamrolled, Michael Morales is up next. Boom. There you go. Welterweight division booked. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, if I'm stupid or if you agree with any of these. Or if I missed a certain matchup that you think deserves to be highlighted. Yeah, just let me know. You know, that's what I'm here for. The community aspect. Anyway, like, subscribe, do whatever you want. But have a great rest of your day.